Guys, help me. What's happening with AC?
Yes, ma'am. Please switch on this.
The remote, you need the remote.
Ma'am, don't switch this one on.
Why?
There's water
Okay, tell me one thing. What's the status? Have I finished this?
Yes.
Yes, we were done with non-competition.
Can I just see your notes, one of you, please? I just need to understand if we've done it in detail or we just shuffle. Guys, take out your notebook. Both these are the questions.
When I was doing my science project and I got cut in my hands. How? The scissors of paper, I was not having my attention in the scissors and I got a cut for me.
Okay. What are the causes of the non-cooperation movement? First, no. Rowlatt Act, massacre. Third, you were there in the classes, no? Yeah, I've never seen you. That's what I was thinking. You were there.
In maths class. Less attention students.
Okay. For you two girls over here, I'm just giving you a short summary and then we'll proceed. So far, what we have done is we started with nationalism in India, okay, where we were discussing about that how a nation, okay, gets the feeling of the unity. Okay, and boys, stop talking, please. And when this nationalism happened in India, so there were many leaders who came forward and brought Indians together. So one such leader is Mahatma Gandhi, whom we are discussing in grade 10. Of course, there are Bhagat Singh and many other leaders, but we are not discussing in detail in grade 10 specifically. So when you talk about Mahatma Gandhi, do you know anything that what does he believe in? Non-violence. Are you aware of anything? Are you from the CBSE board? So grade 8 you must have done if you are from the CBSE board. Fine, Mahatma Gandhi have not done non-violence. You don't know anything about it? What is non-violence? No violence or fighting. Yes, good. So Mahatma Gandhi launched a movement. Okay, in short, I'm telling you, which is known as a non-cooperation movement. So non-cooperation means that we will not be cooperating with the Britishers anymore. You know the relationship between Britain and India, that Britain came to India to colonize. Okay? So you understand these things? So then we started with the non-cooperation movement, where we started with the causes of the non-cooperation movement. If Gandhiji is doing such a step of non-cooperation, there must be something very big which must have happened. So we discussed about Rowlatt Act, an act where basically they came and instead Indians asked for Swaraj. What is Swaraj, guys? Independence. But instead of Swaraj, they gave him seats. मतलब जैसे आपने बोला मुझे independence, आपको seats, आपको स्वराज देने के बजाय they gave them the seats. ठीक है? आपको कुछ seats पकड़ा दी and obviously Indians got frustrated with this thing and they reacted and then Britishers passed the Rowlatt Act. That is in short. Then this Jallianwala Bagh happened. ठीक है? The Rowlatt Act was happening, so there was an act which was passed after Rowlatt Act. What is that law? Martial law. अब उन लोगों ने एक मार्शल लॉ पास किया था. मार्शल लॉ मतलब होता है कि आपको कोई भी गैदरिंग अलाउड नहीं है. ठीक है. But Jallianwala Bagh massacre में Indians, yes, a lot of people died, but General Dyer said when they questioned that why did you started firing? So he said that we passed the martial law. हमने बोला था ना इंडियंस को वार्निंग दी थी कि आपको नहीं गैदर करना, बट स्टिल दे गैदर. Yes, that's a rebuttal. That's a retaliation of saying it कि हम तो बाहर थे, हमें तो पता नहीं था. तो बट जनरल डायर said हमने तो किया था, हमें क्या पता तुम्हें पता था कि नहीं. So that's how Jallianwala Bagh happened. ठीक है. And basically General Dyer wanted to create a fear in the minds of Indians because Indians have been retaliating since many years. Okay? And then finally this, what is the third one? Khilafat movement. Khilafat movement came in. Khilafat movement is important in Indian history because first time in Mahatma Gandhi was able to unite which two communities? Muslims and Hindus. ठीक है, क्योंकि खिलाफत मूवमेंट बेसिकली मुस्लिम से स्टार्ट किया था. ठीक है, अली ब्रदर्स ने, क्योंकि उनको ऐसा लगता था कि हमारा जो हेड है कैलिफ, ठीक है, जो टर्की में फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर में दे लॉस्ट. ठीक है, तो उनकी जो पावर्स है वो ले ली जाएगी. सो मुस्लिम्स फेल्ट बैड इन इंडिया that why did this happen, so due to which Mahatma Gandhi took up this issue of khilafat, and then khilafat non-cooperation movement was launched. Are you clear with this? Got some idea? It's just got some idea which I can provide you because it's something which you have already done. Okay, so what you can do is you can watch the recordings. You got a gist of it. Now you can continue with us. What exactly happening? Are you clear with? Got some idea of non-cooperation? You got what we are doing. Okay, so this is what we are doing. Now moving on. So today what we are doing is that. So what happened was that there were different types of people in the society. Okay, and let me tell you, this non-cooperation movement in total is for 8 to 16 marks in CBSE. If you check the last papers, which I checked recently only, so it was coming out to be 16. Okay, and when I talk about 16, it's broken up. कहीं से उन्होंने पूछ लिया causes of the Raoul attack. Sometimes they ask what is Jallianwala Bagh massacre. So you have to be careful with the questions, and all of you. Okay, are you clear with the question form? Did I discuss causes? समझते हो? And cause means reasons. Effects is different. Okay, when you read, you will get it. Girls. Okay. So today, what we're doing is that when this movement was launched, okay, when this movement was happening in India, so different types of people who took part. ठीक है, मतलब as Indians हम लोग ये बोल देते हैं, अरे हम we launched the movement was launched. हिंद स्वराज में क्या लिखा था महात्मा गांधी ने? What was it mentioned in हिंद स्वराज में? ठीक है, अब एक बात बताओ, like for example, now the thing comes in and we say boycott all the British goods. ठीक है, अब ये रूल आया, boycott all the British goods, boycott all the colleges, boycott all the jobs, सब चीजें छोड़ दो. ठीक है, अगर आपको ब्रिटिश रूल हटाना है, and you are the only breadwinner of the family. ठीक है, तो आप क्या कहोगे आगे से? What would be your reaction?
Give us other opportunities.
I'm ready to leave, but give me another job. Do you have another job? No. Do you have other goods? No. So do you? Okay, so what do you want? If I leave British goods, what would I rely on? No. Tell me, what can I rely on? On other goods is what?
Indian goods.
Indian goods. Indian goods कौन से थे? Was it machine made or was it handmade?
Handmade. More expensive.
Do you think the handmade is more expensive?
Yes.
Why?
Because it takes manual labor instead of mass production.
Yes. Because it is requiring, boys over here, it is requiring more labor, more time, more money. Right? That's why handicraft sector is always expensive as compared to. Okay. The benefit is कि handicraft sector boom होगा. Right? अगर आप buy करें. लेकिन आपके पास you should be having the ability to buy also. No? आपके पास पैसे ही नहीं है, तो आप क्या ability to buy करोगे? So this is what was happening. So when people were blaming Indians कि तुम लोगों ने boycott नहीं किया, that so what historians are saying is to think about them first. It is not that they didn't want to revolt. It is not about they don't want to go against Britishers. You have to understand that there is nothing else that they can do, and they have to think about their own family over here. A lot of historians, especially Jadavnath Sarkar, He has blamed and literally called Indians selfish. Literally called Indians selfish because you're thinking about yourself and you're not thinking about the bigger picture.
Yeah, in the process, starve yourself.
Starve yourself. But tell me one thing, who thinks about the bigger picture today? Nobody thinks about the bigger picture. Let's be honest. No one. You may think you may have the you can only think about the bigger picture if you can feed your own family.
Even then you are selfish.
You do have, in the sense, like if we talk about all these celebrities. So earlier I was reading. I don't know if you have watched this Alia but wearing sari Met Gala.
Yes.
Yes, all of you have seen.
Yes.
So how many handicaps? How many people are being involved? What did she say?
Thousands.
Thousands of people. She can afford, men. She can afford to pay thousands of people, or maybe she's just got it for free because Sabyasachi will further get the business from the rich, affluent families. What were these celebrities saying? Celebrities were saying, "हम तो सिर्फ brand ambassadors हैं, हमें तो we get everything for free, but we promote other people to go and buy it." Technically, if a middle class or an upper middle class person cannot afford LV bags, like Louis Vuitton bags, but still they go and buy it. क्यों? क्योंकि आलिया भट्ट ने. But technically, Alia Bhatt got it for free. Okay, so what we are talking about over here is that this is what they're saying, that you have to get into the person's shoes. This is what you would be reading about the differing stance in the movie. कि middle class क्यों नहीं कर रहा था रिएक्ट, या peasants क्यों नहीं कर रहे थे रिएक्ट? Are we clear what idea we're trying to give? Are you clear with this? Sleepy? What happened? You didn't sleep last night? Have some water. Okay, write down better. Write down the heading. If this question comes separately, आपका question ऐसे आ सकता है कि why peasants did not support, why middle class did not support, something like this. So these are the four things we are covering. I'm sorry. Different strands. Strands मतलब होता है अलग-अलग लोग. Different मतलब different. Done? I'll change your seat if I find you talking.
Enjoy it. I know.
That's why I can see someone else not writing.
Left hand writing also.
Come in the front. I'll give you some explanation to all.
Oh, no, I'm writing.
Come, I'll help you.
No, I didn't write. I am lefty also. Both hands. Virus. पता नहीं virus.
Done with that?
Don't mess up.
Do you think so? Khadi cloth. Do you think so? Khadi cloth is much more expensive than machine-made cloth. Why?
Because
Hard to
more
spinning, spun. And of course, it requires more time. So why do you think today Gucci t-shirts? Can you just say a little bit?
Yes, Gucci.
Gucci t-shirts are much more expensive than
Because they are handmade.
because they are
Handstitched.
no.
Yes, ma'am. Do you return Gucci goods are handstitched?
No, because of the brand name.
Because of brand name. Hardly any hands raised are there. Only the ones that are the cotton ones. That one, yes, but not all. What about this Nike? What about why is this Nike similar to this handmade? Because of these promotions. Okay, everything. So the internal cost is nothing. Okay, the internal nothing means, I mean, as compared to the handmade, but still it is much more widely available because of the people's choice of celebrities wearing it. Okay, so that is the promotional brand. So when you read about middle class, take 2 minutes, whatever I've explained, it's there in the text also. Open page number 40. I was telling them that, that even if the handmade book is much more expensive, as compared to machine, but still, machine looks more expensive in the market because of the brand, because of the valida. Why there is a difference? Guys, now that there's a task, okay. So what you have to do is I'm dividing the topics to you because I gave you gist of different strands right now. Okay, so as a group, I would be asking one person to come in. Yes, and I'll choose the person, and one person to come in, and that person will come and explain. Okay, and explain as in I'll support you in your explanation. You don't have to worry. You can use your text. You just have to do it in your own words. All right. So what you have to do is you three girls. You three doesn't mean you have to do it together. You have your separate books. You can do it. Okay. So you'll be doing. Can you see page number 40? The movement in the towns and the economic impact of non-cooperation movement. Just read this quickly. Find out the keywords. Very simple topic. Very simple topic. This one, differing strands. Okay? So start reading on your own. I'll call one of you. Okay? Patience, man. These three girls. Okay, if you can see the second group, peasants in the countryside.
Yes.
Okay, only first 8 points. First 8 bullet points. Okay? Clear, guys? First 8 bullet points. You? Peasants in the countryside? Last 8 points. First 8 के बाद जितना बचा but आपको first 8 भी पढ़ना पड़ेगा. To explain the last. I will explain No, alone. ठीक है? Boys at the back.
Yes.
3 boys. Third group, tribal people. ठीक है? Just hardly are 8-9 points. And this group, boys. So
Even the source.
can I have attention?
Yes.
This group, plantation workers. 43. Ending of 42 and 43. And no discussion. No discussion. And one more rule. Once the person starts explaining something, let's say the first two good with this. So the others are supposed to stop reading the part and concentrate on what they're explaining. Okay, because I'm not bring this topic again. So because once they are, yes, of course, if they are explaining, I'll explain along with them. Okay, so we'll finish it off. So don't think I'll come back. You have 6 minutes in total. 7:49 to
How do you
7.
spell that?
What would be the meaning of the fourth point, last word? He said. Fourth point, last word. Yeah. Payments. Payments, yeah. Everyone gets together. Okay, and early time not from struggle that the Congress would. You immediately Congress will be
Because the whole record how to find
Yes. You don't try your best.
colonial movement was a colonization of the movement was colonial British government.
3 more minutes.
have अभी तो पहले ही point दिया
Your problem.
Can we make 5 more?
I want to say words like.
No, what is bigger? Is it something like material?
Not materials. Chalo, let's start. Done? You can explain, even if it's fourth point, you have divided the stuff amongst yourself.
No.
Why?
No, you didn't say. You said पूरा खुद से पढ़ो और इसमें.
Are? I just told them also in front of
Yeah,
me.
we are divided.
Chalo, we'll start. I'll give more time later to you boys. Okay, everyone, open your notebooks. Open your notebook. We are doing the middle class first. Who is coming from you? You? Out of 3? You can, but you have to be loud. Excuse me? One second. Okay. Now listen to me carefully. Boys at the back. See, I'll not be repeating. I'm telling you in advance. Once they are through with this middle class, and I'll give you the information whatever is left over, and I'm not repeating it. So it should not be the case I didn't hear it. Okay, so that's why please pay attention. Because otherwise we'll never be able to finish our syllabus. Yes.
The non-cooperation movement started with a lot of participation from the middle class. Thousands of students, teachers, lawyers, they gave up their practices, stopped going to institutions, and joined the movement.
Let her do, please shut up.
Okay, I'll start it again. The movement started with a lot of participation from middle classes. Most of the students, lawyers, teachers, they gave up their jobs and practiced with the movement. Council elections they were boycotted except in the province of Madras, where the non-Brahmins felt that they could get into power by ending the elections, which was a thing that only Brahmins could do. Now, economic impact of non-cooperation movements. The effects of the non-cooperation
Somebody is talking so much.
were very dramatic on the economic front.
Yeah.
So the foreign goods were boycotted, the liquor shops were picketed, and the foreign clothes were burnt in huge bonfires. Even the import of foreign goods happened between the year 1921 and 1922, and the value of these clothes dropped from 102 crore to 57 crore. Then many merchants and traders refused to trade their goods with the foreign goods, and they even refused for the finance with foreign trades. So this movement of boycotting spread widely. So they refused to wear the foreign clothes, and they refused to wear the foreign clothes, and they decided to wear only the Indian clothes. Then the production of Indian textile mills and handlooms went up. But the movement in cities slowed down. The movement in cities slowed down after some time because first the khadi clothes were very expensive, and because the prices were so high and people had already left their job, they couldn't afford the khadi clothes. Then the British institutions, the boycott of British institutions caused the problem because eventually when people had no job, they didn't have any money, so they couldn't buy anything for their family. And usually in big families, there was only like one person doing it. Then for the movement to be successful, Indians did set up their own institutions, but it was happening at a very slow pace. So till the time it was getting set up, the people didn't have anything to do. People didn't have anything to do. So slowly the students and teachers they started going back to the schools, and the lawyers and stopped practicing, started going to government courts.
Yeah. Good. So here, these 3 girls have covered this. Excuse me, pay attention, boys, over here. So these 3 girls have covered the part, and they clearly said it that if we talk only about the middle class people. So when we talk about the middle class people, so students, teachers, even though they were the ones who gave up the practices, how did they react and gave up the practices? Practice of what?
Then
What is practices? What practices?
then law practicing, whatever
Their jobs.
occupation they have.
Their occupations. Why did they give up their occupations? To
Join the
boys. To
define British.
I know you will laugh. That's why I'm asking you. Why did they boycott the? Why did they give up their jobs? To support the movement. To support the movement. आप क्यों किसी चीज को give up कर रहे हो? क्योंकि आप movement को support करना चाहते हैं. Then council elections. Why? Excuse me. Why did they? Why? So we know that the council elections were boycotted. That's what these girls explained. Why do you think Brahmins did not boycott the council elections? Why were they against?
Because
they already had what they wanted.
Yeah, and they had the higher post, and they didn't want that higher authority to go off. Right? Anything else you want to add in terms of so which presidency they did not?
Madras.
Have you all understood till here?
no, non-Brahmins participated, because they wanted the same social hierarchy as
Yes.
They didn't participate in Madras, so non-Brahmins. They said that they got the power that Brahmins did.
See, when Brahmins felt that entering the council was one way of gaining some power.
So the council they did boycott.
Array non-Brahmins didn't boycott, while Brahmins boycotted it. Brahmins already have a social hierarchy.
Okay. You know, she makes sense. What she's saying is, one second, beta. Let her finish her job and then you do it. What happened? It's okay. That's the second part, no? It's the second part. Let her finish her things. Then I'll explain it to you. Okay. So here we had 3 presidencies. Which are the 3 presidencies?
Bombay, Calcutta, and Madras.
Bombay, Calcutta, and Madras. Okay, there's a mistake over here. What happened was in Calcutta and Bombay, okay, these things happened. And in Madras, what she's saying is she's making sense. Because I got it together, Calcutta, Bombay, and Madras. So over there in Madras, what happened was that the non-Brahmins people, okay, the people who were non-Brahmins, they were feeling it, the whatever the power Brahmins always had. Okay, because they were always superior in that. So now they can also have.
So they did not boycott.
Yes. So basically, what we did is we mixed up the 3 presidencies, but she made it a point it's only in Madras. Okay, so just be careful. Nothing confused. I'll just clear it up. That's okay.
So that in Madras, non-Brahmins felt that
Yeah, देखो. Council elections boycotted by someone, ठीक है? Except Madras, non-Brahmins did not boycott. Non-Brahmins ने boycott नहीं किया council elections. क्यों?
because they felt that
So they are
Why? Because non-Brahmins क्यों boycott नहीं करेंगे? अरे use a common sense man. इसमें तो common sense वाला application है. आप boycott नहीं कर रहे हो आज. क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो आप boycott? Because you have a power, or you're thinking that I will lose out on my power, or I have an access to get power. Non-Brahmins को access हो गई ना. Non-Brahmins को ऐसा लगा कि अगर मैं council elections में सब लोग कर रहे हैं करने दो. अगर आज मैं boycott नहीं करता तो मेरे पास वो position आ सकती है. You getting it? जब 10 लोग हैं आपके आगे, ठीक है, and 10 people, these people refuse to take the power, तो आपके पास वो power आ सकती है. आप क्यों refuse करोगे उसे? You getting it? This is what she said it. The non-Brahmins. So what we did it as a classes, they made a mistake. Brahmins ने जो किया था, Calcutta और उसमें किया, not in Madras. Okay, have you understood?
Yes.
So forget about Calcutta, Bombay. It will not come in your exam. Only Madras is coming. Are you clear? Okay. So second part you can see. So how did Indians react to it? The middle class people, they burned. Picketed what? Yes. Import reduced. Import मतलब आना या जाना? क्या आना reduce हो गया? Foreign goods. क्यों? क्योंकि आपने boycott कर दिया. Import reduced तो boycott spread हो चुका, right? तो क्या चीज बढ़ेगी? फॉरेन गुड्स बढ़ेंगे या हैंडमेड गुड्स बढ़ेंगे? हैंडमेड गुड्स. अब हैंडमेड गुड्स बढ़ गए. Can do you think so Indians can afford? No. Because they don't have money.
Already
Exactly. So there is no jobs because they have left the jobs because you said boycott of jobs, boycotted colleges, but you don't have a different institution to get in. The other institutions were in the making. Jamia Millia Islamia, that's one of the institutions which was made during that time. So very old institution in Delhi. Okay, and so when JMI Aligarh University, Aligarh Muslim University was made. So these were the universities which were made to give education to initially to Muslims. So there is a reservation till now for Muslim community, but it's not as if that the other communities are not allowed. Other communities are very much welcome. But you will find reservation in everything. Even if you go to, I don't know if you know about St. Stephen's College. St. Stephen's in Delhi. No? So St. Stephen's College is also one of the topmost colleges. Okay? And that also has a reservation of Christians. Okay, so in every college you would be finding it's not as in that university or this university. But what I'm saying is they were in the making of it. They still didn't have it. Are we all clear with this? Any doubt with this middle class part? Anyone? Sure? Can you just write the keywords quickly in your notebook? Yes. Foreign decreased. Foreign goods decreased.
How today's 14th,
15 times. It's written 15 में. Anyone, any doubt in middle class? Ask me and explain again. Girls, are you getting it? Yeah. Are you getting it? Have you understood middle class? Write it. I have to explain middle class.
No, I can.
What your college is called?
But no other institution. The Indian institution. Done?
No, it's not.
Start with the other one. Because Indians still actually make a certain very less.
What happened? You keep my and not asking to now. My name asked me for extra pen.
Does anyone have it? She has it. Right? You have it? Can you give it to her? Say it loudly and then voice not hears. This
Institutions.
this word no institution.
No kind of institution.
They didn't have an backup class.
Slash teacher.
या तो बुक से हेल्प ले लो ना थोड़ा. तुम तो जनरल नॉलेज करे आईएएस करना है क्या? Want to do IS? I can sense it. When do you want to give your exam? First attempt? हो जाएगा. I don't know the names. Who are those with you?
Right.
So let's see. Done? Yes. Okay, I'm erasing this part. This part.
Yes, ma'am.
Erase
Yes,
it.
ma'am. Everything done. Writing. You know, she wrote. She sent me right at home.
This part. Who is writing?
No, my heart.
Just him. You are also writing twice. Okay, come. Second is presence, na?
Yeah, yes.
You want to come here?
You wanna go there?
Let's start with presence.
Yes, sir. The details are in the
Don't. One second. Don't talk to you when somebody else is talking. Boys, excuse me.
Yo.
If she's talking, you will not be talking. Focus on the peasants.
So here we are going to talk about the second group, which is known as peasants in the country, right? So after the war, the non-cooperation movement was formed. So this non-cooperation movement was present in the cities. So from the cities, it was being spread to all over the countryside. So through this, because of this movement, the peasants and the tribals are struggling because they were developing in the different parts of the India after the war.
In Awadh, this movement was led by a sannyasi called Baba Ramchandra, who had also worked as an forced labor teacher. The movement was against Tarakas and landlord who demanded high rents and
Some noise is coming in the class. That's it now? Next. In Awadh,
this second it was against Tarakas and
why do you keep talking?
I'm not talking.
You are. But you are. But see, listen. If she would have been talking from here, it would have been better. Two people, it's very difficult to understand.
this movement was against Tarakas and landlords who demanded high rents and other variety of payments. And peasants had to do beggar, which meant they had to work without any payment.
Okay. So one second, girl. So in short, boys at the back. So basically, what they both have tried talking is that the peasants over here in the tribal, that is once we talk about. So how earlier it was only being located. This movement was located where? In cities, and then cities we transfer to countryside. So who is there in the countryside? Peasants. So when they transferred to countryside, so what exactly happened with peasants? Why were they struggling? Yes. One, very good. One, they were asked for high rents. And second struggle is?
They're forced to work.
Forced to work for low payments. What is that known as? Beggar. Okay. So you can see over here, so you have to write two things in your notebook. So you'll be writing about that how it spread from cities to countryside. And in countryside, who was struggling? Peasants and the basically peasants and plantation workers. Okay, they were struggling. Struggling with whom? Struggling with what? Boys. Struggling with
Money.
One second, I want to hear this boy. Money what?
They weren't getting money.
No payment. Okay. No payment. इसको क्या बोलते हैं girls? No payment को? Beggar. Okay. And दूसरा struggle उनका क्या था?
One was high rents and the other one was low rents.
This is no payment.
High
rents. High rents कौन charge करता था? ठीक है? Landowners, landlords, तालुकदार से की बात. What else? अवध में क्या हुआ था?
born famous sannyasi. His name was Baba Ramchandra against these exact problems that we mentioned.
So you can write down. This is first. This is second. This is third. Our revolt spread. Are we all clear? What you want to write from? Can you just give me boy at the back? Give me a gist of what we have understood just now quickly. Say.
Cities, peasants and plantation workers were suffering with no pay.
Not in cities.
Countryside.
Yeah.
Countryside, peasants and plantation workers were suffering with jobs and there are no payment and high rates which were given by landlords. And so in our they started a revolt against it.
Yes. And one more thing I'll just add it, which is not in there in your book. So basically what was happening was that wahan par, in every city, in every countryside, there was a zamindari system which was prevalent. What is zamindari system?
Big landowners that force people to work on their land and give them a high rent.
Yeah. So basic problem kya thi, which grade 10 CBSE missed out. So problem ye thi ki there were 3 settlements which were done by the, I'll ask you. There were 3 settlements which are done by the Britishers. First settlement is permanent settlement. Have you ever heard? Permanent. Second is Ryotwari settlement. Ryotwari settlement. And the third is the Meherwari. Ryotwari settlement and the Meherwari. Ryotwari. No, there's not NNC today, there's mark. I don't know.
There's some paper issue, I understand.
Okay, ये लिख लो आप, भूल जाओगे. If you write this, you get better marks. Boys and girls, pay attention please. This is a 1 minute topic. So basically Britishers introduced 3 settlements in India. Okay? The 3 settlements were named as permanent settlement, Behelwari settlement and Rirotwari settlement. Britishers का क्या लॉजिक था सेटलमेंट करने के लिए? वो चाहते थे कि हर एरिया से, हर कंट्री साइड के एरिया से उनको मनी आए, ठीक है? चाहे वो पैसा तुम्हारी कमाई से आए, चाहे वो पैसा तुम्हारी रेंट से आए, they don't care. But I need money. ठीक है? So when this problem was there, so इसमें इन लोगों ने क्या किया? कुछ ऐसे एरियाज थे, ये लोग क्या करते थे? ये ब्रिटिशर्स के साथ जो जमींदार थे, जो हेड्स थे, जो सपोर्ट कर रहे थे ब्रिटिशर्स को, और दे वर बीइंग कंट्रोल्ड बाय ब्रिटिशर्स, यू कैन से. सो उन लोगों के साथ लैंड का सर्वे करने जाते, ठीक है? कुछ लैंड्स होती है जो बैरन लैंड्स होती है, आई एम श्योर यू स्टडीड इन ज्योग्राफी, ठीक है? जो कुछ प्रोड्यूस नहीं कर सकते, ठीक है? एंड कुछ लैंड्स होती हैं कि कुछ लैंड्स जो बहुत फर्टाइल लैंड्स होती हैं, they can give you a lot of crop production there. तो वो क्या करते थे? वो लैंड के बेसिस पे अपना सेटलमेंट लगा देते थे, ठीक है? जहां उन्हें पता था कि एक लैंड है जो बैरन लैंड है, थोड़ा बहुत पॉसिबिलिटी है इसमें, लाइक जैसे मान के चलो वहां पर 1000 रुपए की कमाई है, ठीक है? दे ओनली हार्डली 1000 रुपीस पेजेंट्स विल अर्न. तो वो लोग क्या करते थे स्मार्टली? इसमें 1200 रुपीस का परमानेंट लगा देते थे कि हमें नहीं पता आप कितना कमाते हो, आप मुझे 1200 रुपए दोगे हर महीने. तो उससे क्या होता था कि हर पेजेंट, अब तुमने कमाए 1000 रुपए, तुम्हें देने 1200 रुपए, सो दोस 200 रुपीस का रेंट लोगे आप, सॉरी लोन लोगे, किससे लोगे? वो लोग नहीं बेटा, ब्रिटिश लोन लेंगे, जमींदार से, तालुकदार से आप जाके लोन लोगे, ठीक है? आप लोन लेके ब्रिटिशर्स को पे करोगे, राइट? आपने पे किया, तो आर यू गेटिंग इनटू अ डेब्ट?
Yes, because you're not making it up, you're giving away all your money.
This was the problem with peasants. So when the question comes is why peasants revolted? Peasants revolted because of your settlements. Because you did not think about it that how much you are earning. And they were very smart in this thing कि जहां उनको लगता था ना कि हमने permanent settlement लगाई हुई है, ठीक है, कि यहाँ तो मुझे 1200 रुपए चाहिए, and suddenly they noticed that इस month में तो यहाँ पर 1800 की कमाई हो गई, right? They will quickly change the settlement. ऐसे यहाँ तो मुझे रेवत चाहिए, रेवतवारी चाहिए. रेवतवारी मतलब चाहिए, रेवत मतलब जरा से जगह पे जो कमाई हो रही है, give me everything. You getting it? There is no fixed amount. Depending upon your payments, depending on your earnings, उसका 0.1% I'll give it to you, and the rest of the payments, and rest of the payments I will take it from. So I'll take it from them. You got it? What I mean? So this is the problem. जो यहाँ पर जो प्रॉब्लम हो रही है ना, ये जो रेंट्स की और जो ये सुसाइड की, ये इस वजह से हो. महलवारी मतलब जहाँ पर एक बंदे को हेड करने के लिए दे दिया, ठीक है? एक बंदे को हेड करने के लिए दे दिया, एंड वो पेमेंट्स को कलेक्ट करके देगा. अगर वो पेमेंट्स नहीं कलेक्ट करेगा, नहीं दे पाएगा, तो वो उस पे इंडियंस को इंडियन से लड़वाओ. वेरी सिंपल.
Don't become the bad guys.
अगर ये तुम्हारी जमींदार है, ठीक है, तुमने जाके इसने तुम्हें फोर्स किया ना, तुम्हें प्रॉब्लम होनी चाहिए तो इससे होनी चाहिए ना. तुम्हें क्या पता उसके ऊपर कैसा प्रेशर आ रहा है? You don't know, right? She is the bad face in front of you. This is what Indians were doing. Britishers were doing. So Britishers were playing. This is known as a part of a divide and rule policy. अब मैं कम्युनिटी नहीं खेल सकती, तो मैंने तुम्हें आपस में लड़वा दिया. जब तुम आपस में लड़े रहोगे, तो you'll never focus on the Britishers. You got it? So this is the smart work which they were doing. But soon peasants realized it. That is why they started going against things. ये अवध में जो हो रहा था, ये तभी उन लोगों ने करना शुरू किया था because of this. Are we clear? So the question comes, what is the root cause? What is the root cause? Something is wrong with you. Yeah. What is the root cause behind the peasant struggle? क्या लिखोगे?
3 times the second.
Rirotwari and the Mahel. Even if you forget the names,
Just the settlements.
even if you write this, the examiner will understand that you are aware of stuff. क्योंकि CBSE इतना फोकस नहीं करता है words में. ये सब, so 1 mark you will get it over there, ठीक है? 1 mark आपको यहाँ मिल जाएगा, 2 marks. This 3 marks. Our point 4 marks. So you can score 4 in the initial stages. Initial stages is depending upon the question. Now what she will bring information that will change the question. Okay.
There was the problem with peasants was the people who rent places like tenants, the people who rent the pieces of land to work on it to earn income. They had no security in their tenant. There was no written agreement towards how long they can utilize the land or what was the revenue they could keep or had to give. And they were regularly being evicted from the lands that they were renting.
Yeah.
That was one of the problems, and they could not acquire any right over the leased land. When you actually rent something, you do own a right over it for the required period of time. However, these people, they had no security in the land that they were renting. Moving on.
I'll forget. Third. Oh, so I'm taking your keywords. No security.
There was no security of tenure. They were regularly evicted, and the third keyword can be no right over leased land.
Yeah.
Moving on from tenants, we go to the peasants who were suffering. They demanded that the reduction of revenue. Basically, they were being forced to pay a lot of taxes, so they needed reduction of that. They wanted the abolition of Bihar. They did not want to be forced labor that could not get any payments for the work that they were doing, and they socially boycotted the oppressive landlords. They collectively decided that they would no longer rise to the landlord's requirement, and they revolted. Moving on to the third point, which is in many places there were 9 dhobi buns. Basically, 9 means someone who cuts their hair, a barber, and dhobi means someone who washes their clothes. So these rich landlords, eventually, the panchayat or the Gram Sabha decided that they could no longer, they no longer wanted to let these oppressive landlords live comfortably. So they decided to impose these 9 dhobi buns in which they were not provided basic services like barbers or washermen.
Good. Very good. So she pointed out something very important. See, she said it at the end that that they started Nai, Dhobi and all these things. So ये किसके against करना शुरू किया उन्होंने? Landlords. Who are these landlords?
The Indians.
Supported by British. So आपको this is what we are trying to understand कि जो भी आप लड़ रहे हो वो आपस में आप Indians के साथ लड़ रहे हो. ठीक है? क्यों? क्योंकि आपके सामने तो bad image Indians की आ रही है. But they were also being controlled by the British. So आपको eventually दिखेगा, ठीक है? This is a very initial stage. Eventually दिखेगा कि landlords also started going against the British. Why would I get into the bad picture?
But many were not in it because they were pressurized. A lot of people were in it for the money. My family from my maternal side was zamindar, and it was totally for the money. At that time, everyone basically surrounding them, there was a lot of poverty. So escaping that poverty was initially what they wanted, and when the Britishers offered them such great power and so much money, so much land, and so much control over it, it was the first reaction was, okay, now we can live comfortably. Let's take these opportunities.
Yes. And this is what the human tendency would be. आज इंडिया में what is happening? It is India में क्या हो रहा है आज की डेट में? Jobs are less. Corruption तो यार, this is something which is there everywhere.
Lack of opportunities.
Lack of opportunities है. आज क्यों आप लेबर को मतलब you would be reading I don't know मतलब I was just talking to one of my friends and so he told me that he's finished his education from IIT and everything. IIM, it's a very top notch universities and so got a package also for a yearly 1 crore का package मिल गया सब कुछ मिल गया ठीक है you got the package but what he says is that there is no life since they are paying you. So they will make you work, they will slog you. And I don't know if you have come across this thing that a lot of people are quitting the jobs nowadays. Okay? Because they say that if I'm earning money, let's say I'm earning a lot of money, but I don't have an opportunity to spend that money. So what's the sense why am I earning money? Am I earning for the country? कि आए मेरे से टैक्स दे चले जाए या मेरे बैंक अकाउंट में पैसे पड़े तो तुम दोबारा टैक्स ले लो उसकी क्योंकि बैंक अकाउंट में भी टैक्स लगता है इंडिया में तो हर चीज पे टैक्स है आपके पड़े हुए पैसों पे भी टैक्स लग जाएगा क्यों क्योंकि आपको जो इंटरेस्ट आएगा उसका वो भी टैक्सेबल है सो दिस इज व्हाट पीपल आर सेइंग कि दे मेक यू स्लॉग सो दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम व्हिच इज प्रेजेंटली आल्सो वी आर फेसिंग दैट पीपल आर टेकिंग इट अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट है, तो पॉपुलेशन इतनी ज्यादा है. Look at the population. Look at Chinese. Chinese are very rich people. Very rich people, Chinese. मतलब ample money they have. They can afford on luxuries. Why? क्योंकि उन्होंने सारी dominate करके रखी है countries. And they're very people perspective people. Government बहुत people के लिए अपने लोगों के लिए बहुत सोचती है. Look at Dubai. How they are. It's a tax-free country. It's a typical tax-free country. And how the rulers over there, the heads over there, they look after the country so well. चाहे वो expats हैं, मतलब इंडिया से आए हुए लोग हैं या बांग्लादेश से आए हुए, कोई भी हो, anyone, you will feel that you are being taken care of. So this is the difference. अब उस टाइम भी वो जो money accept कर रहे थे, वो इसलिए क्योंकि इतनी ज़्यादा problems थी, money accept करना ही is a solution. The solution is. So अभी भी like whatever she told us, till here everyone is clear, na? Settlements, boys over here. Are you clear with the 3 settlements? Same thing. यहाँ से, and just erase that because this is the
That one was done.
Yeah, ना? यहाँ पे देखो सेटलमेंट्स के बाद नाउ उनको प्रॉब्लम क्या थी आपने दिस इज व्हाट द सेटलमेंट इज परमानेंट रेवतवारी महलवारी मैं आपको बोल रही थी ना जब इनको दिखता था यहाँ पे पैसे कमाई ज्यादा हो रही है चलो परमानेंट से बदल के इसको रेवतवारी कर देंगे क्यों कर देंगे दैट इज व्हाट इट इज नोन एज क्योंकि हमें तो पैसा ज्यादा चाहिए वी वांट मैक्सिमम रेवेन्यू एंड द लाइफस्टाइल व्हिच पीपल लिव is very different from what Indians were living and even living today. You can't compare the lifestyle. Like even if you stay abroad, because they feel here in India, I'm not talking about youth, it's a different circumstance, but people, maybe your parents or maybe grandparents of now your distribution. So what they do is that here, parties, okay, weekends, celebrating your, spending time on weekends is still considered as luxury. अब उनका perspective होता है एक luxury है. क्यों? क्योंकि अगर आप weekend पे you're going and you are calling your friends or you're going for a party, it's a luxury. But there, abroad means maximum countries, there it is considered as a basic necessity. This is what the difference in the lifestyle. क्यों? क्योंकि उनको ऐसा लगता है कि जब मैंने पूरा हफ्ता काम किया है, even if I don't have a day or 1 day or 2 days for myself and I can spend, so why am I even earning? You getting it? So this is the difference. That is why इतना revenue और इतना ज़्यादा charge हो रहा था because of the lifestyle. That you need more and more money, and you are ready to oppress people. So here no security of tenure कि हमें नहीं पता हम कब तक है, ठीक है? और what is the other problem? No right over leased land. ठीक है? उसपे भी कोई right नहीं है. तो peasants demanded reduction of revenue. Revenue कहाँ से लग रहा था? कौन से settlement से? Give me the 3 settlements. Are you all clear? Question would be very straightforward in your exam for this topic. Okay, but the only thing they expect is these keywords. Rest you can, I know this batch can, you can manipulate your answers well. Yes. English and all will not be an issue. Okay, so just learn the keywords so we can get into it. Anything you want to add? Yours is the next topic. Huh? यही तो है आपका. This you fix देना. Now it's your chance. Okay. Now, yes, you. Switch it up or lower it.
Please go. You can't mention that. Cold. Ask them to sit forward. It's not jacking. Speech
Chal. Till here, anyone? Can I ask any question, boys?
Yes, ma'am.
Any question from you? You, little boy.
Zero.
Can I ask any question from you with reference to peasants? Sorted? And you also? Ask me if you have any doubt before I put up a question.
In June 1920, Jawaharlal Nehru began going to around the villages in Awadh, talking to the villagers and trying to understand the problems. So what happened in the 1920, Jawaharlal Nehru under So what happened in 1920? Jawaharlal Nehru started going to the Awadh in the villages and start talking to the villagers. What is the problem with the Britishers? Huh. So coming to the next point, by the October, the Awadh Kisan Sabha was set up and it was headed by the Jawaharlal Nehru, Baba Ramchand, and a few others people. So Awadh Kisan Sabha's main point was that they started boycotting the British leaders who were क्या?
Get it? You know stuff, then it's a different case. Can I erase this guy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So by October,
You say slowly so that I can write you. Okay, otherwise I will play.
Start from beginning.
from beginning start kind of
Start Siddha.
in June 1920. Jawaharlal Nehru began going around the villages in Awadh and talking to the villagers and trying to understand the grievances. So Jawaharlal Nehru began going to the villages and in the Awadh and talking to the villagers and understanding the problem with the going on with the Britishers, what is happening with them. So coming to the next point, by October, Awadh Kisan Sabha was started and it was
Which
headed
Sabha?
Awadh Kisan Sabha.
Our Kisan Sabha.
Awadh.
Aud Sabha. That's an earlier name. Okay, but Kisan Sabha.
Awadh Kisan Sabha was set up and headed by the headed by the Jawaharlal Nehru, Baba Ramchand, and few others. So the by the October, the Awadh Kisan Sabha made
Slow down. I can
Please, slow down. We are not slow down.
Our Kisan. Hey guys. Our Kisan Sabha.
so main point of putting the Awadh Kisan Sabha was that they boycotting the Britishers, their Britishers demand.
Yeah, next.
Coming to the next point, within the month, over 300 branches had been set up of the Awadh Kisan Sabha around the regions and other villages. So it was such a fire that that the Awadh Kisan Sabha was set up at 100 branch. There were 300 branches almost set up in the other villages. So coming to the next point, so when the non-cooperation movement was started in that year, the Congress started integrating with the Awadh peasant struggles into the wider struggle. So what happened is when the Congress took this opportunity and wanted the Awadh peasant struggles to add into the freedom struggle.
Good.
Now next one. Next point was that the peasant movement developed in the forms that the Congress leader was unhappy with. So,
I'll explain it after this.
ये वाला मैम।
हाँ मतलब क्योंकि वो unhappy इसलिए थे क्योंकि वो violent हो गए थे ना।
Okay. The peasant movement, however, developed in the form that the Congress leader was unhappy with. The Congress leader was unhappy with the peasant movement because the peasants started violence. They took the peasant movement in the violence part. Ma'am, done.
Very good. Done.
Next point, as the movement spread in 1921, the house of Talukdars merchants were attacked and the bazaars were looted and the grain hoarders were taken away. So as the movement spreaded in the 1920, the villagers attacked the Talukdars and merchants and they looted the bazaar and they took away the grains with them. Ma'am, done.
Done. Good.
Next point. In many places, local leaders told peasants that the Gandhiji who had declared that no taxes were to be paid and land was to be redistributed among the poor. So the local leaders who were in charge of the Awadh Kisan Sabha and Awadh Kisan Sabha, so they started telling the peasants that they have to no pay
They don't have to pay.
don't have to pay the taxes for the Britishers and the land was to be distributed among the poor because that was unfair distribution was been done against the poor and the rich people. Basically, what happened was those who didn't supported the Britishers was given less part of the farms, and who was supporting the Britishers was given more and more. Next point, ma'am. In the name of the Mahatma Gandhi was being invoked to sanction all the action aspirations. Ma'am,
The name of the Mahatma Gandhi was being invoked to sanction of all action. मतलब महात्मा गांधी का नाम यूज किया जा रहा था to give all the
action.
Yeah.
So every movement that was been going on, that was being formed.
It's okay. Yeah.
So every actions or this action was been going on. It was in the name of the Mahatma Gandhi. Like everyone was telling that it has been done by the Mahatma Gandhi only. Okay.
Good. Selena.
Ma'am, abhi ma'am दूसरा बाकी है.
Tribal peasants, no? But this is okay. This we don't need. Thank you.
Welcome.
So he explained it very well. So basically, he added. It's okay. It's just because you speak fast. So, so whatever she was saying it, okay, earlier, she was talking about peasants and the no security of tenure and all these things. Now, this thing had spread widely. Okay, this thing had spread widely that the peasants are revolting, peasants are going against it. अब question आता है कि what is the cause of why peasants are going against the Britishers? What will you write? Let's go step by step. What will you write? Yeah, just. One, not having enough money. Second, rent. High rents. Third, girl over here. Give me the reason. Why do you think peasants were going against?
Because they had to pay high rents and there was no jobs for them.
High rents. Jobs तो यार हमको चाहिए ही नहीं ना. High rents और
There was extremely like unstable renting policy.
no security of tenure. Sorry, your question?
And they were not getting the pay.
They were not getting the payments. अब peasants की problem हमें पता है, right? अब क्या हुआ कि peasants का struggle इतना ज़्यादा बढ़ गया था कि कांग्रेस को लगा महात्मा गांधी नॉन कॉपरेशन मूवमेंट की बात है. ये सब स्टोरी जो चल रही है ये नॉन कॉपरेशन मूवमेंट के ड्यूरिंग चल रही है. ठीक है, जब यू रिमेंबर कि जब हमने बोला था कि खिलाफत मूवमेंट नॉन कॉपरेशन मूवमेंट खिलाफत मूवमेंट के साथ जुड़ गया था. रिमेंबर? यस, कि जब गांधी जी ने टूर किया था अली ब्रदर्स के साथ एंड टूर किया था अली ब्रदर्स के साथ क्या करने के लिए? वो तो यूनाइट करने के लिए. दैट इज द डिफरेंट स्टोरी. क्यों किया था? पॉपुलैरिटी, सपोर्ट मांगने के लिए. तो डू यू थिंक सो सारे कांग्रेस लीडर्स ने सपोर्ट किया था? नहीं. क्यों?
They knew that this will result in violence.
दिस विल रिजल्ट इन वायलेंस और उनकी सीट चली जाएगी. XYZ रीजंस कि उन्होंने सपोर्ट नहीं किया. यू आर नॉट देयर. ठीक है. सो इसमें क्या हुआ इन लोगों ने कि अब उनको ये पता चल गया था कि कंट्री साइड में पेजेंट्स जो हैं बहुत वायलेंट हो चुके हैं. ठीक है, बहुत वायलेंट हो चुके हैं. तो इन लोगों ने सोचा द पीपल, जवाहरलाल नेहरू एंड ऑल दीज लीडर्स, कांग्रेस लीडर्स, महात्मा गांधी नेवर अप्रोच्ड. सो जवाहरलाल नेहरू एंड अदर लीडर्स they approach peasants कि तुम लोग हमारे साथ जुड़ जाओ. ठीक है, एंड वी आर रेडी टू सपोर्ट यू इन द नॉन कॉपरेशन मूवमेंट. मतलब दिस वाज अ नॉन कॉपरेशन एंड आई एम नॉट कोऑपरेटिंग. इट्स टेक्निकली दिस ओनली. सो जब ये लोग गए तो दिस इज द फर्स्ट थिंग कि नेहरू ने क्या किया अपने लोगों के साथ. ही वेंट एंड ही स्पोक टू द पीपल इन अवध, बिकॉज मैक्सिमम प्रॉब्लम तो अवध में चल रही थी ना. इनिशियल स्टार्टिंग तो अवध से ही हो रही है. तो ये लोग अवध में गए, जाके इन्होंने टूर किया और समझा कि एग्जैक्टली प्रॉब्लम चल क्या रही है. व्हाट इज द इशू? The moment they understood the problem कि exorbitant taxes हैं या revenue है, तो इन लोगों ने कहा तुम हमारे साथ जुड़ जाओ. इन्होंने क्या बनाई? कौन सी सभा? और अवध के साथ आउध is the old name. So आउध किसान सभा जब इन्होंने बनाई तो उसमें क्या इन्होंने डिसीजन लिया? What are we doing? We are
Redistributing and we are not paying taxes.
not paying, boycott. In short, boycott, right? So उसके बाद क्या हुआ? नॉन कॉपरेशन मूवमेंट में कांग्रेस किसके साथ जुड़ गई?
आउट सभा के साथ.
आउट सभा के साथ. आउट सभा के साथ जुड़ गई और पीजेंट्स ने क्या किया? अब कांग्रेस और पीजेंट्स अलग क्यों हो गए?
Because peasants आउट सभा के साथ जुड़े.
क्रेजी हो. पेजेंट्स तो आउट सभा है. पेजेंट्स तो आउट सभा है. कौन सी आउट सभा है? आउट सभा क्या होती है?
Peasants.
तो क्यों पेजेंट्स कहाँ से जुड़ जाएंगे आउट सभा के साथ? So Congress जो है, the Congress joined with Out Sabha, and as she said it, that I think you said it, that Out Sabha was becoming very violent. And Congress का क्या idea था? Non-violence. So उन्होंने कहा यार तुम हमारे साथ मत जुड़ो. Understood? So Congress became unhappy. जब Congress unhappy हो गई तो क्या हुआ? They separated. Separate हुआ तो किसने support किया सभा को? नेहरू क्यों सपोर्ट करेगा? They did it of their own.
In the name of Gandhi.
In the name of Gandhi ji. They just use the name of Gandhi ji कि हमें तो स्वराज चाहिए, हमें तो इंडिपेंडेंस चाहिए. अरे गांधी जी ने बोले स्वराज चाहिए, गांधी ने ये थोड़ा बोले जाके लड़ो. So they took up the one aspect of it कि हमें तो स्वराज चाहिए. He told it, so we will be going for Swaraj. Now we will not be paying any taxes and all. Which was easier for Britishers to curb this, suppress this. So suppress, curb, anything. Chicken, that is the curb this power. Are we all clear with this? Sorted? तुम तो कहीं अलग ही उसमें थे दुनिया में. You, हाँ. क्या नेहरू वाला? अरे से ना. नेहरू वाला क्या नहीं समझ में नहीं आया. किसने स्टार्ट की थी आउट किसान सभा? किसने सपोर्ट किया था आउट किसान सभा? जवाहरलाल नेहरू. हम ना आधा टाइम तो somewhere else only. Put your feet inside. आधा टाइम तो कहीं और है. Full time. Not full time. Right. Okay. Okay, write your keywords. Come, explain. Right, same. Peasants. Done? Any doubt? Any doubt? Just write down the keywords quickly. Any doubt? Sure? Yeah. Okay, so basically, this is what he did.
I think Edward is not understanding. After Nehru left the movement, the peasants did something in the name of Gandhi and something happened. What is something?
Something is basically that since peasants have turned violent, okay, and Congress का ये idea नहीं था कि Congress ने आपको अपने साथ इसलिए मिलाया था. Our basically किसान सभा है that is being led by masses, that is led by Nehru and other leaders. So technically it was a peasants day, but they never understood कि आप इतना ज़्यादा boycott कर रहे हैं. You know that you act in a very violent manner. Boycott is okay, but they were acting violent. So Congress was very unhappy with having them because इससे क्या होगा कि उनकी non-cooperation movement successful नहीं होगी. That's what the ideology of Congress is and Mahatma Gandhi is. So इसमें इन लोगों ने क्या किया कि कांग्रेस जुड़ तो गए, फिर peasants ने violence start कर दी. ठीक है, तो कांग्रेस अलग हो. उसके बाद क्या हुआ? तो उसके बाद peasants ने अपनी मूवमेंट चलानी शुरू कर दी. क्योंकि अब कांग्रेस का सपोर्ट तो चला गया, तो अपनी सपोर्ट मूवमेंट चलानी शुरू कर दी. और उन्होंने क्या बोलते थे कि हम जो भी कर रहे हैं ना उस गांधी जी का नाम लें. ठीक है, गांधी जी ने बोला था कि स्वराज इज इम्पोर्टेंट. गांधी जी ने बोला था स्वराज इज इम्पोर्टेंट. इंडिपेंडेंस बोला था. गांधी जी ने सपोर्टेड नॉन-वायलेंस. So later on you would see this is a later on story that how they were crushed and crushed in the houses. We were literally so crushed by the rebellion movement was basically. Are you clear with this? Are you clear? Our Kisan Sabha.
Actually, he was reading in feed. Feed.
Our Kisan Sabha, who is the leader? Very. Down to the right hand. Where we have written?
That's not our, it's out.
ये क्या लिखा peasants का है?
That's your problem. So,
Congress party.
but you are very
Sorry.
So plantation workers are handling peasant only.
No, plantation workers are completely different struggle. जिनको तो वहाँ से बाहर ही निकाल देते हैं. I was not able to see the people. I just.
No, I don't know. I know why that's.
It's okay. Revision में कर लो. आप पढ़ लो एक बार सारे चलो. Who is doing the tribal?
No.
Plantation workers. Come.
What about tribal?
Ma'am, tribal.
We can do in the next class.
So why
Tribal is for.
There is nothing called first, second over here. It's not a movement. अलग-अलग movements चल रही हैं. Yeah, तुम time ना waste करो. जल्दी आओ. And you take your 5 minutes at home. Next class.
First.
Come. You're coming here.
Started violence. Congress was unhappy.
You know, girls, take support of your book side by side. Okay, then you will get it. Can we start with plantation workers? Ready? Don't do that.
I will not.
He knows it. He knows it.
So plantation workers. Yeah, they will.
Can we?
So in plantation workers, ma'am, they had an understanding with Mahatma Gandhi for a notion of Swaraj, which was sovereignty of the people based on pure moral authority, basically independence only. And for the second point, the workers in Assam, they meant freedom, like to move freely in a confined space, a small place with nothing much.
No much expectations in the confined.
Expectation, and they had a link with their village, which they had.
No, see, it is very disrespectful when somebody is talking. It is not acceptable.
I don't get it.
It is not only about you.
Because I am speaking now.
Yeah. So basically, he's talking about the plantation workers, then how these plantation workers were feeling very suppressed by the Britishers. And he spoke about Assam, then how they wanted freedom from the Britishers, from the revenues, from the exorbitant taxes which they are supposed to pay, and they wanted everything to be done in a confined space. Confined space का मतलब ये होता है कि हम ये नहीं कह रहे हैं कि आप मत रहो या मत अपनी रेवेन्यू करो या all these things. Confined space का मतलब होता है कि जो हमें हमारी freedom है, जो हमारा basic money है, basic rights हैं, you rights दे. So that is how they started. Are we clear with the start?
Yes, sir.
Are you clear with the start? Second.
Under the Inland Immigration Act of 1859, the workers, the peasants were not allowed to leave the land without the permission of the authorities, but they weren't given such permission. Second point, when the peasants heard about the non-cooperation movement, thousands of workers left the place without informing the authorities.
What is Inam Commission? What is Inam Commission? Girls.
No, it's
Inland immigration.
There's also one, okay, it's not given. Inam Commission is also one such commission where Britishers brought in the fact कि आपको अपनी land displacement is not allowed. ठीक है कि मतलब आप अपनी land छोड़ के कहीं नहीं जा सकते. Yeah. Because what was happening is because they were joining the non-cooperation movement. ठीक है उस non-cooperation, this is the background story. Okay, so ये non-cooperation movement ये लोग start कर रहे थे, ये लोग join कर रहे थे, तो उन्होंने कहा कि नहीं, इस पर commission के हिसाब से आप हमारी permission के बिना कुछ नहीं करो. You got this? So background story के बाद उन लोगों ने act निकालना शुरू कर दिया. Where's the act which is talking about? Clear? Can you explain the act again to the class?
The Immigration Act of 1859 states that the plantation workers were not given permission to leave the land without the permission of.
So what is the act?
Basically, not giving them permissions to leave without consulting an authority and not giving them the permission.
It came from that commission and became an act.
They were not participate in the.
मतलब not about living. काम नहीं छोड़ो. They're not living there. Are we clear with this? Yeah, next. Guys, there's no clarity between you guys.
When the plantation workers had heard about the non-cooperation movement,
Thousands of workers defied the plantations. Next.
they believed that Gandhi Raj was coming and everyone would be given land in the union. So now they believe that Gandhi. So
It's a Gandhi Raj, not Gandhi would come in.
Gandhi Raj was coming and
Yes,
everyone was expecting that they would get the land for themselves.
good.
They, however, never reached the destination stranded on the way by the railway and steamers. They were caught by police and police. So, ma'am, they were headed home. So, in the railway station, they started a steamer strike,
Mhm.
which led to a police brutally beating up.
Yes.
They start the railway.
Did they, matlab?
Railway people were already
Railway people are on the strike.
Yeah.
They just like
Yes. So, in short, guys, what did tribals do? Let's just come to this recap. What did tribals do?
plantation.
Plantation workers, sorry. What did plantation workers do? क्या problem थी plantation?
Basically, the problem was that they were not given permissions to leave them and find
One. Second.
So ma'am, they were basically not allowed to migrate the
That's the same thing what she said. One, which is the second point.
The second one was when the non-cooperation movement came, then the plantation workers in quantities of thousands decided to up and leave without informing anyone.
2, 3.
They thought that once the Gandhi would come, everyone would.
That's their belief.
That's what depending on that what the.
Yes. Fourth.
however, they did reach destination, they were caught by the police and they were
Brutally beaten up. Fifth. Just be prepared with 5 points. You'll manage the
They
answer.
had their own interpretation of Swaraj.
Interpretation. Thank you. Own interpretation of Swaraj. Because Swaraj, if she uses a keyword, then you get score as an ending line for your marks. Are we all clear?
Yes.
So you have to be prepared for the 4 markers. Okay. 4 markers के लिए. See, you need to know the story. ठीक है कि किसने कैसे react किया, which you will find a lot of similarity. Technically तो सब लोग एक ही चीज के लिए लड़ रहे थे. Yeah, स्वराज के लिए. अपने अपना meaning था सबका स्वराज का. ठीक है. Everyone has their own interpretation to it. But in your exam in your CBSE board, they will give up only as a maximum 4 marker. जिसमें आपको 4 different points चाहिए. Peasants के, तो इसके ज़्यादा notes की आपको कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. Okay, just ये 4-5 keywords, you'll easily crack marks easily. आपको story पता होनी चाहिए. Don't mess up with the story, because here there is no opportunity of dividing the questions. जो opportunity हमारी causes of non-cooperation movement में थी, that you know that what is the reason behind Rowlett and all these things. There's no opportunity as such. So it will be a straightforward question. Might be just a 2 marker. Are we clear with the marking schemes and everything?
Yes.
Okay. Just check your 3 things: middle class, peasants, and plantation workers. Any doubt? What is? Can you just tell me where is it? Page number?
Plantation workers.
Last few points are remaining.
Swaraj in their own ways.
Plastics were the Indians invoice the things used to plastics for.
Ma'am, there are some points in it.
Some nahi beta, last two. What is some? Basically, it's just a name that Swatantra Bharat. Swatantra matlab freedom. Swatantra. Swatantra is like the freedom in English. Independence. So over here, with all the tribals, we read it now. The tribals, they all were interpreting Swaraj in their own sense. They were Gandhi के नाम पे कर रहे थे. Gandhi के नाम पे कर रहे थे, तो they started raising the slogans. Same like this Swatantra Bharat is a slogan. That is chanting. All of them are chanting so that they feel that now we want freedom and now we don't want to get it. Agitation matlab going against.
Emotionally related to.
They were also emotionally related to an all India agitation. You have not read this for us. Basically, इससे पहले there is an agitation which had happened. Agitation मतलब होता है जैसे राउल अटैक के against लोग गए थे. That's known as agitation. ठीक है?
Public discomfort towards one.
Yes. ठीक है? And so over here, when they were doing anything against in the names of Mahatma Gandhi, तो उसको बहुत limit कर दिया Britishers ने, and they did not let them proceed. Are we clear? Yeah. Guys, from your textbook, CBSE textbook, can I have attention for 2 minutes? 2 minutes. Okay, so just check your CBSE textbook. Page number 29.
Not happen.
Okay, can you just write down the page numbers in your notebook quickly?
Yes, ma'am.
Page 29
29.
to 1 second here.
Wait.
29 to 36. 37, but beach mein actually we have covered basically 29 to 37. Okay, so what I'm telling you is that when you go home, just read your CBSE textbook, page number 29 to 37. Next class, you have to cover the CBSE textbook. Okay, because I'm checking all the markings you have done in your book. Okay, because I need to understand if there is anything you come across in your CBSE, this paper will come from here, not from anywhere else. If you find any line, anything I'm not sorted, I'm not clear, I'll take up that in the next class. Okay? And along with this discussion, next class we are taking civil disobedience. Yeah. So it's just a 2 more class topic. Okay, next class and 1 more class. And we're done with this nationalism. Okay? Thank you.
Just we need to Yes, Sarah. Just
You-
we are breaking our soul. As he is, we need money.
I am broke this month.
Please.
Bro, मैं दो आगे बैठ मेरे साथ सुबह मारा है तू उल्टी नहीं करेगा ना
अरे
ठीक है
मैं कोई ना दूसरे बैठो आंटी वैसे उल्टी ना करे
चल ठीक है
मैं बाहर बैठा
नहीं मैं
बीच में ये तो बाहर के साइड बैठते रहे
अरे ये ऊपर मैं बाहर
तू बाहर
मैं बीच में
ये साइड बैठ अभी आगे बैठ हां वहां जा रहे हैं
ये अंदर
मैं
बड़ा खाना अच्छा है, उनका बड़ा अच्छा है, हाँ, 25।
एक ही जन खा सकता है। मैं भी आ रहा हूँ।
पैसा है तेरे पे?
एक बंदी के लिए क्या क्या करना पड़ता है? Have patience.
Knowledge, general knowledge. तो general knowledge पढ़ता है.
Awareness.